Chalupnik lifts Pavla on her shoulders and leaves the lobby. It wouldn't be possible for a man of his height to be able to carry someone on his shoulders if the ceiling of the hotel wasn't so high. I sit in one of the couches in the lobby. This conversation has strained me. Cooper stays standing. Did he just threaten us? Yeah. We're losing some of our limbs if we're talking about you-know-what again. Let us just finish our job as quickly as possible and leave this place. I wonder what happened to Mr. Chalupnik's wife. She died. I believe this is the reason why he spoils Pavla so much. Even though she is spoiled, I think you did well. And I think you're being optimistic, Cooper. He smiles. So, shall we go to the dining hall? I don't want to sit there. Oh? Why, Miss Silver? Because there will only be us in the huge place. Isn't that a bit... Don't tell me you're being shy. Hello there. I noticed you two were taking time coming to the dining hall, so... I decided I should come here and greet the both of you. Judging from the appearance, he seems like he's the cook. Well, doesn't take a detective to see. Wait. He has a knife. He has a knife. Stay silent. I stare at the knife in his hands. I should be able to grab my gun within seconds if he tries to make a move. We were just talking about going into the dining hall, but... Why are you carrying a knife, Mr. Cook? Wait, I'm carrying a knife? The cook burst out laughing. I'll leave this back in the kitchen, just a moment. What's so funny about this? He returns to the kitchen, leaving me and Cooper behind. Phew. Do sharp things always make you uncomfortable too, Miss Silver? No. I mean, they do make me uncomfortable if I'm not the one holding them. Oh, I see. You can never know what people might do to you with sharp things. Yeah, it'll be horrible if they cause any accidents. I didn't mention any accidents. Mr. Cook returns, this time with no knife in his hands. Hello again! I was just cutting some potatoes when I heard you too. I approached without thinking twice. Having a knife in my hand would scare people off, silly me. It's no problem. It is a problem. Then, shall we take it from the beginning? Sure. I don't trust this cook fellow. He has access to all sorts of cutlery. I don't feel safe around him. Not to mention, he might have poisoned the food too. You're getting a little paranoid here, Miss Silver. Just because he had a knife. It's literally what he does for a living. I'm just saying, chill. Chill a tiny bit. Because of how suspicious she is being about the cook, I firmly believe that whatever happens, he's innocent. Where were we again? Oh, right. I noticed you both were taking your time coming to the dining hall, so I decided I should come here and greet the both of you. We were just talking about going into the dining hall. I heard. I also heard that this lady here looks a little bit anxious about it. I was. I still am. He stretches out one hand to me, and the other hand to Cooper. I am Willem. Nice to meet you both. I shake it. I see Cooper doing the same with Willem's other hand. Is Willem his surname or his name? Laura Silver. Or well, Cooper. Nice to meet you, Mr. How would you like us to address you? Cooper, of course, wouldn't be content with calling someone he just met with their first name. Willem's fine. And how should I call you? I think I'd be more comfortable if I could address you with your surname. That's a shame. Then you'll have to learn that I am related to that heartless Zivon Skoda. Interesting. Is he Skoda's brother? Now that I think of it, they do look alike. Before you make any assumptions, I am his cousin. Is this why Skoda picked this hotel? I hope you'll be alright with me calling you Mr. Willem then. You could have gone with the joyful Skoda. At least you aren't like Chalupnik. He tried to call Zivon Skoda the Black, and then he switched to Skoda the Second. Sounds a bit like an epic hero when you put it like that. Right! Skoda is a great surname with a good sound. My only concern about it is that I'm sharing it with. His expression sours as he points upstairs, possibly at Skoda's room. You know, that slob. Is it alright for you to talk behind your customers like that? He's my cousin, first and foremost. Being a customer comes later. Though nothing changes the fact that he is a slob. Cooper seems concerned. Maybe we should wake him up? He gave us strict instruction not to wake him. Forget about him already, Cooper. I bet you're not comfortable standing up like that. Why don't you come sit down next to Silver? What about you, Mr. Velam? I can serve breakfast here if you'd like. It'll be nice and cozy. It won't take long. You don't have to. We can eat at the dining room just fine. I insist. It'll be like having a picnic in the lobby. Do sit down, though. I will get tired watching you stand. Cooper acquiesces and sits on the couch. Don't be such a stranger. There are only 7 people in the hotel. We should get familiar. I'm talking to you too, Silver. I'm relaxed enough. Are you sure? You still look pretty tense to me. I am relaxed. Is that so? Then let me hear you order nice and clear. Tea is fine. Do you have any Earl Brown? Earl Brown. Miss Silver, maybe you meant Earl Grey? I know what I said. Brown sounds very mediocre for the name of an Earl. Personally, I wouldn't make someone named Brown an Earl. He's talking too much. Fine, Earl Grey it is. I can't believe they didn't know about Earl Brown. What about you, Cooper? I'd like some tea too. Nothing to eat? Is this British culture that you don't have breakfast in the morning? We do have a rich breakfast culture, but... Cooper stops and stares down. I just have a bad feeling inside. I don't think I can eat. A bad feeling? I can brew you some herbal tea if you're feeling unwell. It's not because of that. It's more of an instinct. I feel like bad things are gonna happen. That's why I lost my appetite. Interesting. 3 customers in the hotel, and the 2 that I want to serve don't want anything. He seems disappointed. Are you really sure you only want tea? I nod. See, it is then. Mr. Velam. What is it, Cooper? We heard on our way here that there might be a problem with the waterworks. It looks like the water will be cut off for at least a few days. Really? I wonder if anyone in the town consider letting us know about it. It is a good thing that I've been using the water from the tank, but... He stops speaking and turns to look behind us. I turn too. There's a maid coming out of the restroom with a bucket in her hand. Velam looks back at us with a smile. Have you 2 met Blanca? Have you, Miss Silver? No. Velam lifts one hand up and calls. Blanca! The maid smiles at him and puts the bucket on the ground before she starts walking. When she approaches, she greets us. Welcome to Hotel Pavla. She's the maid of this place. Have a little chit-chat while I'm bringing you the tea. See you. Why do you have to chit-chat with the maid? Why are you forcing us into these awkward social situations, VLM? VLM leaves the place as the woman named Blanca sits in front of us. May I ask your names? Laura Silver. Orwell Cooper. Orwell? I've never heard a name like that before. How do you spell it? Cooper looks as grateful as he could be. People usually mistake my name. Thank you for asking. It's O-R-E-W-E-L-L. It's a nice name. Thank you, miss. I'm Blanca Vrubalova. I don't mind being called Blanca. You can call me however you like. Nice to meet you, Miss Vrubalova. Nice to meet you too. I was meaning to ask, do you want your rooms cleaned? I don't care. She looks at Cooper. I think you should do whatever you deem best, Miss Rubalova. If that's the case, I'll be cleaning both of your rooms after you leave Hotel Pavla. I asked because it looks like our other guest doesn't want me to invade his privacy. He yelled quite a lot when I went into his room. It looks like the employees here don't have a good relationship with Skoda. Though I understand his sensitivity about the subject, you two are also filmmakers, no? Yeah, surely. Definitely. Then I'm sure you have all sorts of things you wouldn't want me to touch, too. Film equipment is hard to handle after all. It would be idiotic of Skoda to leave important documents behind. Anyone can get a hold of the spare key. The hotel has a spare key of Skoda's room, right? Yes, Miss Trelupnik has spare keys. That's what I thought. I should talk about this with Skoda. He shouldn't be acting so careless. Velam comes back with a tray filled with teacups and a teapot. Why'd you ask, Miss Silver? No particular reason, just curious. The cook sits and starts pouring the tea. What were you talking about? Miss Silver asks if there's a spare key of Mr. Skoda's room. I can talk, I promise. He smiles while handing me the cup. Silver, here is your Earl Brown. I thought you didn't have any Earl Brown. I have my own ways of making it Earl Brown. Poison. It's brown, isn't it? It really is. He starts pouring the tea into another cup. I should wait until someone else takes a sip. About the key, Miss Rubalova. Well, I'm sure you ask because he's your co-worker, right? He shouldn't be leaving any important documents behind. Yes. See, I knew it right away. I guess you have to be very cautious when you're directing a documentary. He snickers. Does this man know that we are detectives? What do you mean, Willem? I mean the equipment, of course. Willem fills another cup. Is he trying to give us away, or is he protecting us, and he's just that bad at lying? Here, Cooper. Willem, isn't that a bit rude of you to talk to them like that? Is it? Do you mind, Silver? Not really. Do you, Cooper? Willem hands a cup filled with poison to Cooper. As long as you aren't saying my name incorrectly, it's fine. That's a relief. Cooper takes a sip from its tea right away. I check if Cooper is showing any symptoms. It's delicious. Am I the only one nervous here? Cooper is still alive. That means the poison is not the type that acts fast. Nice to hear. Here, Blanca. Thank you. What did you put inside it to make it brown? Let my secret recipe stay secret, Silver. Blanca, by the way, have you heard that there's a problem with the waterworks? It appears that the townsfolk forgot that we are here, so we never got the news. What's the problem? Willem shrugs. I heard it from Cooper. Some of the pipes have fractures in them. They told us that the water will be cut off. So, this was the problem. I wondered why the water wasn't running. I was gonna check the water tank. I exchanged looks with Cooper. You can take the day off then. Isn't it great, Blanca? Blanca rolled her eyes. I don't need water to dust the shelves, Willem. Blanca puts a fake smile on her face as Willem pours a cup from himself too. Why are you not drinking your tea, Silver? I do not believe that he would poison the tea right now. Like I said, I don't think that this guy is as suspicious as Silver wants him to be. I think that she's overplaying the suspiciousness because she's just suspicious of everything. Take a sip. Willem rests back. He looks relaxed. Are you glad because you finally poisoned me? Silver, Cooper, why don't you tell us about what you do? We're filmmakers. We came here to shoot a documentary. After Skoda wakes up, we'll go for a ride to film Ore. That sounds pleasant. Not that pleasant since we're waiting for Skoda's beauty sleep. He can't even wake up early in the mornings, that slob. Willem, Mr. Skoda is a diligent man. You shouldn't talk about your cousin like that. If he was a diligent man, I don't think he would be sleeping at this hour, Blanca dear. You wouldn't be this hard on anyone else if they slept in. Willem stops. It seems like he thinks Blanca has a point. Mr. Willem, is there any reason why you don't like him? He is intolerable, Cooper. Haven't you met him? We have. He's the kind of person to talk over you. Exactly. It's nice to be understood, Silver. Whatever you say, Mr. Skoda is a trustworthy man. He helped me a lot when I was starting my career. Oh, now that sounds like a story that I would like to hear. What were you filming at the time? I was, Wait, let me ask you something before that. He was just gonna let it slip that he worked as a police officer. I exchanged looks with Willem. So, Knife Man is trying to protect us. Why did you cut him short, Willem? I hope our customers won't mind your rudeness. Cooper seems like he noticed his gaffe. Without a sound, he sips his tea. Would I if it wasn't important? I need to ask as soon as possible. What is it, Mr. Willem? Cooper, while you two were working together, did Zevon sit somewhere all day and make you check everything as well as run errands? Yes. Then you did all of his work without knowing, is that it? It was because he wanted me to gain more work experience. Vilem puts a hand on Cooper's shoulders. That is classic Z-Man behavior, Cooper. I think he wants to be teamed up with the newcomers just to slack off. I think it helped me understand how things work around the office. Just accept that he used you, Cooper. Cooper looks down. There must be a reason why Kara didn't assign him a partner. I trust Miss Karat's knowledge on who to assign to whom. Knowledge? Karat? I think Mr. Skoda mentioned her name. He did. What did he tell you? Vilem sounds surprised. Does this mean Skoda shares more with Blanca than he does with Vilem? Interesting. She's your boss, right? He has been whining about her oddness. I certainly don't think she's odd. She's a good leader, but some guys in the office think that she treats Silver better because... Never mind. They're just jealous of her position. What do you think about this, Miss Karat? Miss Silver? I remember the letter she sent me. She is treating both of us with kindness. People usually tell me that I'm her favorite, though I don't know if it's true. It seems like she cares about everyone just the same. I agree that this rumor started because of our jealous coworkers. Then I believe it's only another one of Skoda's prejudiced judgments. Looks like he's full of those. Talking behind Karat's back is very rude. I'd understand him telling Vilem he's a trustworthy family member, but telling a hotel maid is a different thing. I should warn Skoda. He shouldn't be running around spreading information, even though Miss Vrubalova seems nice. Are you close with Mrs. Skoda? Not particularly. I see. Head of a detective bureau shouldn't be a subject for greeting. What is Skoda doing? I take out my notebook. Mr. Vilem, Miss Vrubalova, I have some questions for you. For your documentary. Depending on your answers, I might include some. I start flipping the pages. What? I drop the notebook on the floor. The Vodnik information sheet is out in the open, along with my duty list. Oh, Silver, what is this? Pretty sure he knows what this sheet is, if he's Skoda's bosom friend. I turn my eyes back to the floor. The exclusive information is all out in the open. How could you do this, Silver? Pick it up before they see anything, Silver. What kind of a documentary director would have such a detailed sheet about the Vodnik? Pick it up. Vilem, it is rude to stare. Miss Vrubalova reaches over for the notebook. If she reads the information, she will know something is up with us. Should I pull out the gun? Silver, is everything okay? Oh god. Okay, I'm covering it, so I'm just gonna quickly just look at his face. Look at all their faces. What an amazing scene this is right here. How incredible. Miss Silver, are you okay? I did it again. Miss Silver, are you okay? I nod. Hang on, I'll move myself back again. Miss Vrubalova slips the sheet back in the notebook between the pages. Did I distract her enough? She cleans the table with a rag and then leaves the notebook on it. Look at her concerned face. She must have seen everything. Why would you pour tea on yourself, Silver? It's a habit of mine. I did it when I was at the never mind. Was it too hot? Are you alright? I'm not one to be affected by extra warmth. Miss Vrubalova starts cleaning the floor. She knows what we're doing. Undercover detectives, my ass. It's a relief your notebook isn't soaked, Miss Silver. And now she's making fun of me. The audacity. I might have to introduce her to my old friend, Mr. Gunn, in private. My goodness, she is all about that gun. This is the fourth time she's wanted to pull out her gun. First in the balcony at night. That one is understandable. Then when the chef comes out with a knife. Then when she drops her notebook on the floor. And now again! Silver. Silver, please. Miss Silver, are you okay? How many times are you gonna ask me that? I'm fine. Don't waste your energy on worrying about me. It seems like I made everyone on edge yet again. Cooper looks down. Miss Vrubalova sits back in her seat after giving me a towel. Well, it's nice to be able to be dry again. Vilem breaks the silence. Silver, I think I saw something about the Vodnik in your documentary. Am I mistaken? There's no doubt that he's seen it now. I stare at his face. Really? The Vodnik? Isn't that just a folktale to scare children? So, Skoda never mentioned anything to him about our job's paranormal side. I shrug. Sure, make fun of me. I'm a grown-up woman who believes in old folk tales. No! Rubalova? It's not just a folktale. Miss Rubalova, do you know anything about the Vodnik? Interesting. Interesting. He's around us, wandering in the water. I know that he is. Blanca, we all know that stuff like that isn't real. I'm not joking, Willem. Okay, okay. Rubalova, please calm down and tell me what you know. She looks down. Miss Rubalova, I understand your reluctance. However, in our documentary, there is a special sequence about the Vodnik. So if you could inform us about him, we would be forever in your debt. Why are you shooting a documentary film about him? It's an order from our boss. She tells us what to shoot, and we shoot it. But in order to shoot the film, we need to talk with you first, just like Cooper said. I used to know the man who became a Vodnik. I worked as a maid at his house, also helped around in his shop. In order for a man to become a Vodnik, he has to be drowned. Does Miss Rubalova know anything about this? Can't I ask both of these? I feel like both of these are relevant. What was his name? If I remember correctly, his name should be Emil. Emil Kladivo. Wasn't Emil the name? Okay, we can't ask both. What kind of a shop was it? You had a toy shop back in the day. That sounds familiar too! Where was this toy shop you're talking about? I've never heard of such a thing. It's deep in the forest. It's not easy to find it. His works are loved by the children of the town. She stopped speaking to think. I mean, they used to. For how long? How long did you work there? I started working when his daughter Anna was 4 years old. Karat had mentioned that there were rumors about the Vodnik killing his own daughter. She was such a lively girl, but she passed away when she was 11. I quit working around 2 weeks after her death. I've been working at the Hotel Pavla ever since. I'm sorry to hear that. If that's the case, she can show us where the toy shop is. Yeah, why did you stop working? I think his mental state wasn't the best after he lost his daughter. He was starting to scare me, so I left. Would it affect him so much if it was an intentional manslaughter? Could it be just an accident? Cooper will leave as soon as Skoda wakes up. The data correlates with ours. There's no doubt that she knows the Vodnik we are searching for. Cooper sits up. Miss Rubalova, would you show us the way to the Vodnik's shop? I don't want to go there again. I wish you all the best in your investigation. Can't you even show it on the map? I don't think I can read a map. It'll be best if I get on with my work now. Rubalova stands up. After giving us a nod, she starts walking towards the stairs. Looks like I'll need to use brute force if I want to get information for her. I turn to Willem. What did Skoda tell you about the Bureau? I hardly know anything. Why are you two searching for the Vodnik anyway? I stay silent. I can't believe that Sivan never told me about the Vodnik part of your job. It's odd. Mr. Willem, I'm sure he didn't want you to get scared. Don't make me laugh. Don't be so sure. Willem rolls his eyes. I wish you good luck waking him up. We'll need that. He waves us goodbye, going back to the kitchen once more. Cooper sighs. I'm concerned, Miss Silver. About what, Cooper? Well, I'm concerned about a few things, actually. First, the fact that you just poured a whole cup of tea over your head. That's my coping mechanism. I see. Is it because you dropped the notebook in front of everybody? I guess I did. Why didn't you pick it up? It was within your reach. I would if I could. If something like this happens again, what would you like me to do? Is he trying to help me? Nothing. I'll be fine. He nods. Besides, even if they find out that we are detectives, we'll be alright. Detectives do all sorts of odd jobs anyway. Sure, Cooper. Also, Miss Silver, Cooper checks his watch. It's 9:30 a.m. now. Skoda seemed eager to meet with us. Why hasn't he come down yet? He did say he would come to the dining hall at 9, but I wonder if he's still sleeping. What should we do, Miss Silver? My work can't wait for his beauty sleep. Let's wake him up then. Cooper knocks on the door. Mr. Skoda, are you awake? No response. I thought you wasn't a heavy sleeper. This is odd. I exchanged looks with Cooper. Maybe he's smoking on the balcony. Does he smoke? I didn't know. I'm pretty sure he's smoking some softy cigarettes with menthol. I knock on the door a few times. Is he ignoring us? Maybe. I take a few steps back. Mr. Skoda, would you please open the door? Is there anything wrong? 1, 2, 3. I kick the door. Miss Silver, what are you doing? I shrug. Miss Silver? Yes? Is it possible that the Vodnik attacked him? Cooper, let's say that you are in your home. You heard the clip-clops of horseshoes outside. Okay. What would you think? I would think that there's a horse outside. You wouldn't think that there's a giraffe wandering around, right? I don't think so. But you would agree that it is possible for a giraffe to be wandering around, only a lot less likely. Yes. What do you mean by this, Miss Silver? Skoda getting attacked by Vodnik is possible, but it's just not probable. We closed the valves. Though, Miss Silver, the fact that he's not opening the door is making me nervous. Ugh. Maybe we should leave without him. We shouldn't. This is such unprofessional behavior. He can't make us wait like this. Miss Silver, wait here. I'll go get the spare room key from Miss Chalupnik. He runs to the stairs. I knock on Skoda's door again. This time harder. This really is weird. This man woke up to our noise on the ground floor in the middle of the night. Skoda, answer me. Is he taking a shower? Or maybe brushing his teeth? No, the water is cut off. Maybe he's taking sleeping aids. Would that explain why he's not waking up right now? I knock on the door once more. Is he smoking the whole package? There is no way he actually took a shower and got attacked, right? We closed the valves. No answer. I kick the door. Miss Silver, would you please stop vandalizing the hotel? Hand me the key, Cooper. I snap my fingers 2 times. Cooper, the key. We couldn't find the key. What? I persuaded Mr. Chalupnik into opening the safe. However, the key is nowhere to be found. Mr. Chalupnik is currently looking for the key in case it's hidden somewhere in his desk. I take my gun out. She does like her gun. Also, I wonder if the key is missing on purpose. I wonder if, I forgot his name. I wonder if he isn't quite as dumb and free-rolling with his information as these people seem to think. Miss Silver! I can't wait forever. No, the whole hotel will hear the sound. Please put your gun back into its holster. Chalupnik will be here any moment now. Mr. Chalupnik doesn't look like the type to lose keys. Where is it? Why isn't Skoda opening his door? The Vodnik must have slaughtered him. I aim at his door again. Miss Silver! What is all the fuzz? Silver, what are you doing? Willem? Your dear cousin isn't opening the door. Does that give you permission to blow a hole in his door? Thank you, Mr. Willem. Miss Silver doesn't listen to me. Willem takes out a key. Here. Did Skoda give his room key to Willem? That's suspicious. I have his spare key. Zivan said he couldn't trust anyone else, so I snuck in and took his spare. I take the key from him and open the door. I'll think about this later. So the thing that I'm covering is just a picture of the key. I wait for Cooper to enter. I see that Willem is trying to get inside as well. I shut the door in his face. Ow! Looks like I couldn't. His foot is blocking the door. Don't come in. What? Don't come in here, Willem. Why? Where is he? It could be dangerous. You are unarmed and inexperienced. If it is dangerous, why are you wasting your time like this? He's right. If there was anyone dangerous inside, they could have easily attacked us while I'm dealing with Willem. You must be more careful, Silver. Is Zivan in there? Mr. Willem, I think it's best if you don't insist. We will handle it. Why aren't you answering me? We don't know what the answer is yet. I push the door once more. He withdraws his foot. I lock the door, finally. Miss Silver, wasn't that too forceful? Open the door, what are you doing in there? He's lucky his foot is in one piece. There's no one inside. I check the window to the door to see if he's out on the balcony. No Skoda there. I push the bathroom door. Huh? It pulls, dummy. Also. It's not a good sign. It's not opening. I try pulling the door. Why would a bathroom door open outwards? Anyway, through the curtains of the bathroom, I can see someone sitting in there. Skoda? The person who is sitting in a tub doesn't make any sound. I pull the curtains. Skoda? No answer. I put on my gloves. I shouldn't be touching him without protection. Did Mr. Skoda fall asleep while he was taking a bath? An eternal sleep, so it seems. Huh? What do you mean, Miss Silver? Take your gun out, Cooper. This could get ugly. I crouch near the body. It's obvious that he's not breathing. I search for a pulse. Nothing. Crap. Is Mr. Skoda okay? I raise my voice while I keep on looking for any sign of life. Skoda is dead. I get up, removing my gloves and throwing them into the sink. I see that Cooper is looking at Skoda with blank eyes. We should let Mr. Chalupnik know about this and make him lock all the doors. This might as well be a murder case. We should also gather everyone in one place, preferably the main hall. And one of us should stay with Skoda, in case it really is murder. The culprit can always come back here to erase the evidence. Did you hear me? Are you sure that he's dead, Miss Silver? Weren't you listening to me? He blinks a few times. It seems like he's trying to grasp the situation. I'll let Mr. Chalupnik know. Good. We get out of the bathroom. It appears that Willem is still waiting outside. I unlock the door. Willem almost falls in. Why would you shut the door on me, Silver? Is there any way a person could be ruder than you? Such an indecent... Zivan is dead. Sure, I wish. Might not want to say that right now. It kind of puts you kind of high up on the suspect list. What? Say that again, Silver. You heard me. Where is he? I point to the bathroom. He runs through Skoda's room and grabs the door. Cooper tries to hold him. He really is. He mumbles something. Mr. Willem. He's beside himself. That's... I never expect... Mr. Willem, I think it's not a good idea to look at Mr. Skoda at this moment. Willem put his hand on his forehead. Is that so? Cooper also looks like he's trying to understand what is going on, with his eyes on Willem. I assume that seeing someone you cared for drown in the bathroom would be hard to grasp for anyone. Cooper sits Willem on Skoda's bed. He is eerily silent, with his hand still on his forehead. Cooper, listen to me. Every second that you are wasting here increases the chances of us getting attacked by the Vodnik. Miss Silver. He lowers his voice. I'll be gone for a minute, but I don't have time to deal with any of your grief. Please try to show some sympathy, alright? Sure. He opens the door and gets out of the room, leaving me alone with Willem. What happened to him? To whom? Zivan. Is he in denial? I should try to be understanding, I promised Cooper. I take a deep breath. Zivan Skoda is no longer with us. What does that mean, for God's sake? Zivan Skoda has... what was the term? Is no more? Gone like the wind? Has passed away? If she's a detective, she should know how to tell someone that their loved one is dead. He passed away? Be more clear or I'm going to lose my mind, Silver. Okay, Zivan's corpse is currently rotten in the bathtub. His eyes still seem blank. I don't really know what he's looking at. That sounds more like you. I guess so. Where is Cooper already? can't be happening, right? You two are pulling a prank. I'm sure. I wish Cooper could do the talking instead of me. I'm not. I don't think Skoda was pretending to be dead either. You would be saying the same thing if you two were pulling a prank. That must be it. Did I come from Britain just to pull a prank on you? I don't believe what you say. Then why don't you enter the bathroom and look for yourself, Willem? He freezes. Do you want to? No. Door opens. Perfect timing. Willem, are you alright? Blanca. I see Miss Rubalova rushing into the room, inviting Willem into a hug. Willem hugs her right away. How are you feeling, Willem? He buries his face on Miss Rubalova's shoulder, not answering her. She gives a few pats on his back. Is this how you should be handling people who are grieving? Guess I'll never know. Mr. Chalupnik enters the room after Miss Rubalova, Cooper following behind. Is what I heard true, Silver? It depends on what you heard. He points at the bathroom. Yes. It's a shame. He was a bright young man. A dull young man. Who may have done this? Not knowing anything about the Vodnik, he must be sure that someone in this hotel did it. We'll be solving the mystery, Mr. Chalupnik. You shouldn't go around playing detective, young man. I call the police. It'll take time for them to arrive. Until then, we should wait here and make sure nobody leaves the hotel. Mr. Chalupnik, we would like to investigate Skoda's body again. Why so eager, Silver? I look back at the bathroom. The water was supposed to be cut off. However, the bathtub was filled with water. I think it's quite suspicious, Mr. Chalupnik. Is that so? Then I'll come with you. I advise you not to do that. It could be dangerous inside. Even though I said that, it'd be good if we could get everyone to see Skoda. I have to make sure no one blames me for his death. I'm the one who found the body. That puts me in a suspicious situation, not to mention that I'm a foreigner. I saw all the horrors of the Great War, Silver. The living are far more dangerous than the dead. Especially Chalupnik seems like the type to blame me. I take a look at Willem and Miss Rubalova. They are sitting on Skoda's bed, with Willem's head in his hands. Mr. Willem, Miss Rubalova, I'll go inside the bathroom. Mr. Chalupnik stated that he wants to join. Do you? Willem shakes his head, not even looking at my face. Miss Rubalova smiles weakly. It would be the best if I stay with him, Miss Silver. Only Mr. Chalupnik and Cooper, then. Miss Silver. Yes, Cooper? I'm feeling a little faint, so... Is it alright if I don't enter the bathroom again? Don't tell me that you can't stand seeing blood. He stays silent. I can't believe it. Maybe he should go back to being a traffic cop after this. It's not that I can't stand it, it's just... It's alright, Cooper. You youngsters shouldn't be used to the sight of blood anyways. Unless you're a police officer. But it's fine, since you're not one. Cooper smiles meekly. I can feel anger growing inside. Then, can you please get Miss Rubalova and Willem downstairs? I don't want any noise while I'm investigating. Sure, Miss Silver. I enter the bathroom once more. I feel like the music is not entirely appropriate for the situation. It's a little too upbeat, but sure. Sure. So, here he is. I put on the gloves that I'd left in the sink. Did anybody enter or leave the hotel? Silver, I was at the reception desk all day. I was in a position to see anyone who entered or left. No one entered nor left. Someone in this hotel did it. There's no way around it. Is there any entrance to the hotel other than the front door? The back door is locked, and I have the key. Are you sure you had the key with you when Skoda died? Yes, it's always with me. There are no copies of that key, right? None. We don't have a master key either. I understand. Who did it, Silver? I can't answer that question until I make my investigation, Mr. Chalupnik. He falls silent. Now focus, Silver. So, what clues do we have? What was the cause of death? Because all we can see is he has a little bit of nosebleed. I take a deep breath. First, how did he die, Silver? He was in the tub when we found him, so that probably means that he drowned. Was the Vodnik that done it? Did he have a nosebleed while he was struggling? I assume so. I wonder if it's because he injured a vein or two while he was suffocating. Silver, what about his hands? Let's see. I take a look at his hands and nails, expecting to find a clue. His nails are filed neatly, and I can't see any scratches or bruises on his hands. I see no sign of struggle, Mr. Chalupnik. Skoda is being unhelpful once more. Wow, blaming the dead. Way to go, Miss Master Detective. I crouch down and look at his wrists. No sign of fighting back in his arms, nor legs. I open the tap of the bathtub. No water flows through. The water is off, so how did his bathtub get filled in the first place? Mr. Chalupnik, it's best if you don't touch the body with your bare hands. Do you have any gloves? I'd rather not touch him. Silver, what about his hands? Oh, does that just trigger the same thing? It does. Okay. What else do we have? We got the tap, the nosebleed. Does he have any gunshot wounds on his body? My room is right near his. If a gun was shot, I would have heard it. Still, that doesn't take me away from looking at every inch of his body. He might have been killed when he was in the lobby, after all. There are no wounds on the back of his body. He's as white as a ghost. He's as soft as he could be. That means his muscles haven't stiffened yet. Did you see him after last night? No. I check my watch. It's 9:50 AM. The stiffening of the muscles and joints start 4 to 6 hours after death. Knowing that he came to get us at 2 AM, this knowledge does not give us any clue on the time of death. You know a whole lot about how death works. Did you work as a nurse before? I just interviewed a few detectives while they were working. I see. I look at his nose again. It's not unusual to get a nosebleed if you're struggling for breath. His nose looks a bit more crooked than before. I touch the bridge of his nose. Wait, I can move it? I feel 2 pieces of bones rubbing each other as I play with Skoda's nose. What are you doing? His nose is broken. Did someone punch him in the face? Is this why he got the nosebleed? Is Vodnik the type of person to punch detectives into tubs and drown them? That doesn't sound very supernatural. I hear the door of Skoda's bedroom opening. It can't be Vodnik, right?